Unique Mecca Audio here, man. I'm here with my little cousins, man. I've been gone 26 years, and since I've been home, you know, they grew up. When I left, they was babies. You know what I mean? That's how long I've been home. I've been gone. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I'm just meeting them for the first time because I'm meeting men. You know what I mean? When I left, they was babies. You understand what I'm saying? But they heard stories about me growing up and things like that. You know how they say what, like old folk stories. You know, tell them as far as who I am and what you heard. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Jah IRIE. Yeah. And I reside right now in Miami. You know? And like, from my youth, I've been here Bounty. And it's like, I'm not going to hold right now. It's like, I heard about him. Say he was incarcerated, but I never know of it until I got older. I could read certain things. So I started going on Google because my cousin Ivan was asking me about it and telling me about it. I was like, who this? And he told me to look it up. And when I looked it up and pulled him up on Google, I was like, this is not a normal person. And the things he did in the streets is nothing normal. You know what I'm saying? And they were saying like, he was running pipelines from New York to North Carolina to Harlem and all of this. And I was reading up, so he owned a club called Club 2000.
All right.
And other stuff about it, like he was funding rappers. Most of these rappers he responsible for them, but I don't need to talk, they know who I'm talking about. And it's like, it is what it is. And like I heard stories that Marcus Garvey, the great Marcus Garvey, we all related, and cousins and stuff. So it's a lot I know. And now when I'm meeting him, I know it's a legend I'm meeting right now. And it's so grateful. You know that me and him family, and I'm meeting him, and since like 1994 he been missing. So we growing up, we don't really know him. We just know of him. And now I'm meeting him live in person. And it's like I'm telling my other cousin who don't know of him, say, this is not a normal person who's sitting down with us. Just because he's around us is not a normal person. If we go out in the streets with him, people gonna look at us like, you know who the fuck is that y'all hanging with? But it's a blood thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know, so that's what it is, man. So while I was locked up for the 26 years, they was growing up, becoming the men that they are. So I don't know who they are. You know what I mean? Because I've been going 26 years. You know what I mean? Just like all this technology I didn't know. This is technology that I don't know. This is technology right here that I don't know. You know? Tell them about you now. What was it like growing up in Miami?
Oh, see, me as a youth where grew up in Miami still. So me I say my accent strong, so no people think I'm born in Jamaica because my accent strong. But my mother and father are Jamaica. So me I say. So differently grew up in Miami still. I grew up around be a Jamaica. When I really grew up around like American people like that, be real with you. So differently my lifestyle is different growing up. My father is a real Rasta man. You see me I say? My family really, I come from like a Rastafarian family. You see me I say? But differently still, street-wise, we grow militant. You see me I say? So anything in the street, when them think, when I know, we advance with that. Because who we parents them was and who we family like, or you can say who we related to. So we was always youth and were advancing in the streets. Even though a Rastafari was the liberty and still is the liberty. See what I say? So differently grew up in Miami still as a youth. With a whole heap of rival with people. You see what I say? We used to war with American people. We used to, so it was a type of crazy lifestyle.
Explain to what you mean by war. Where you got war from?
War, like back in the day, them used to have like Haitians versus American versus Jamaican. So at them era that we grew up in the 80s, and where you have drug dealers and where you have man a shoot man for blocks and man a take a man blocks and a shoot them. So at them era that we grew up in, so we grew up in the 80s where you can see say Cara City and John Doe them a war. we look aboard them and quarry them and all of them from the city. So we grew up in that type of era there where when you sell drugs and drugs are sell, people are dead. And you have to take with some boy black and shoot some people. It's a matter of them era that we grew up in. We don't grow up in an era where a man over here sell drugs and you come over here sell drugs from the same block. If you try that in Miami, you're gonna dead. A man them gonna shoot you up and take with your trap and just run it themselves. And them have a next trap in our next location. So them kind of thing that we grew up in.
But see, that wasn't just Miami. Y'all can finish that. It wasn't just Miami. That's all over America back then. In the black urban, what them call urban community. Because in Harlem, you see something you want. The Bronx, right where I'm standing. If we selling weed in here and we can't govern it, the man gonna come kick the door in, shoot everybody in here, and take the spot and start selling his own goddamn weed. And ain't no police investigating, and ain't none of them going to the police. You understand what I'm saying? If they not dead, you know, they gonna come back or they gonna get out the game. You know what I mean? Sure. And you know, but why not finish? I just want to understand. It's Miami, so being there from New York, man, I have to explain that.
So it's like we grew up in that era there. So I said, so we have our type of friends. So I said, we have friends were dead. We have friends where I do life sentences, and we have friends where from them are 16-year-old and going and not come home all to now. So we grew up in all type of savage people around with, even though we think balance a certain way. So I say, cause we have all knowledge, cause the type of people them we will grow among, so we're not gonna really make no foolish move. You see me I say? We know when to move and know when to step. You see me I say? But differently, when you grow up as a youth of Banya and your parents are Jamaican and you take the Jamaican side, you're more militant and stepping on the streets. Cause you really just born here, but your mindset at Jamaica and the foundation, right? See me I say? So differently growing up, we always think different and always move different. And if we're going on Miami, them can tell them to do the same thing, say, from where I look at you, we move like this. We do things from where I look at you, and we're different for one from where I look at you. So it's like, growing up in Miami is type of like a savage lifestyle, because down in Miami, they may kill you for nothing none of that. Because most of them power down of that. So I say, because back in the era when we grew up, man did a smoke weed and coke. So most of the man them who down there did a smoke weed and coke. They may dash away in a heartbeat. They don't need nothing for dash away.
Tell them what you mean when you say dash away, so they understand.
So when I mean my dash away, I mean like say kill you.
Alright, just
nothing for them kill you, because them done a smoke them thing and them power already. So any look at thing will move suspicious, then will wet you. So and if you think a lie, may I tell, you can go dig up the history of Miami. I grew up in a Opalaka and Carrot City and Overtown and all them places. You can know, I mean, I don't need to do what you're talking. But that's the lifestyle growing up in Miami. Drug dealers and pimpers and people like that we grew up amongst. So I say, and killers. That Miami come with killers, pimps, and drug dealers.
Big shout out to the Booby Boys, my man Jet Lee. You understand what I'm saying? We can say, you know, a Convertable Bert. You know what I mean? We go through a lot of names, you know? So it is what it is, man. I mean, you know, Carol City, what it is, Miami, what it is. We up here, I just wanted y'all to understand that this, you know, I'm just meeting them for the first time, so we just vibing so I can see what they learned from what I left behind, you know? But what I'm going to say is, bottom line, that everything that I've been through, the glitch, the glamour, my name and all that, and the fame and just all that, it wasn't worth it. I sat in prison 26 years. I miss all of y'all growing up. You know what I mean? So for me to sit here and say like, I'm proud of that. Nah, I ain't proud of that. But I survived that. You know what I mean? And for that is where I want my respect.
Only the strong survive.
Because I stepped into the jungle.
Only the strong survive.
I came out of Jersey and stepped into the jungle. You know what I mean? And survived
the concrete
among killers and wolves. You know what I mean? Big shout out to the lynch mob. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know, like I said, that era was something else, man. That era was something else. I mean, you know, men respect men. You understand what I'm saying? So don't enter the jungle if you're not a man. You know what I mean? You ain't got to be a killer. You ain't got to be a drug dealer. You know what I mean? You ain't got to be a burglar. You know what I mean? But whatever it is, claim and own who you are. Don't try and be something else, because you will be spotted. You will be rooted out and exfiltrated.
I learned a lot in life, you heard? It's cheaper to be yourself and all that shit. Some people try to paint an image that they not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look on the camera while y'all chat. Yeah.
Certain people try to paint an image that they not, and they don't want to be their self. But sometimes it's cheaper to be yourself, you know?
Real talk.
And next thing you know in life, like, when you go through in life, it's only a test, you know? Certain people go through tests and they can't make it in life, because only the chosen ones go through tests. Certain people don't go through tests because who they running with and what they doing, you know what I mean? But only the chosen ones go through tests, and they know why.
And,
you know?
and let me say this, enough time we put ourselves in that situation to have to make that choice.
True.
You know what I mean? So that's why I'm telling you that, you know, just like he said, you know what I mean? It's nothing to brag about or none of that. You know what I mean? It's just to let you know what it is. And I'm telling you, being myself, you know what I mean, that it wasn't worth it.
True.
You know what I mean? They didn't break me, you know what I mean? But they broke my family up.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest pain.
True.
I got kids I don't know. That's your age. That when I left, they was this big. I come home and they're your age. So how the hell do I know this man or this woman standing in front of me? You understand what I'm saying? So for me to sit here and, you know, and perpetrate like, man, I did that, I'm this, I'm that, I'll be faking, because I left behind a bunch of youth that don't even know me. He don't even know me. They should know me. I should have been out here. You know what I mean? To guide them in the right way, but there was nobody guiding me. When I step into the street, they give us a 38. You know what I mean? Or a ratchet. You understand what I said? Yeah. Until you go survive.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they push you out and go survive. They go your ratchet, your 007.
Make sure, protect yourself.
You understand what I said?
Because nobody not protect you.
Exactly. And that's the way we taught that, you know, and we go out there, we do.
You got to fend for yourself.
Yeah, we see certain things and certain hustle and certain jungle, and this is our jungle.
Reality.
This is our environment that we see, and how they selling herb, and you understand, them selling cocaine, they selling heroin, and you know, we sitting on the side like a little kid playing double dutch rope, where they turning the rope and the little girl on the side, she rocking. You know what I mean? That's how I was rocking. That's how we always rocking, trying to figure out where to go in life.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So we waiting on our turn to jump in them two ropes and stay balanced. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Because I know who my family is and shit, I didn't want to take that route, you heard? So I try to do like mechanic work. I try to do housework. Because at the end of the day, the people that I hang with, they was hustling. They're going to need somebody to fix their house. They're going to need somebody to fix their cars. So that's what I was doing at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
But that's the right thing. That's the point that I'm making. You know, he chose to do that. I chose to go break in the house.
Well, even me, is like sports get me out of the ghetto. As in, it didn't make me a lot of money, but it made me see things different.
Come closer, so you're in the camera. Come this way.
Sports make me see things different, because
not you. You good, but
I'm a cricketer, you know. So while going to school, while going to all-age school, I play cricket. Cricket I get me through. People are see my talent, and I put me on to other people. You understand? When I start the high school, I play for my high school, I play for a senior cup side, police senior cup side at Jamaica. I play for York Star. So I go all over the country. You know? I go all over Jamaica playing cricket. See different people, meeting different things, start up on life different out of the ghetto. You understand? I try to get people out of the ghetto too. As my brethren, talk to them, some here, some not here. So sometimes I just what you choose. You understand?
Always
and
to
a
me.
Different, and a different ways.
Only you can make that choice.
Yeah, a different ways of mean. You know? And music. I listen a lot of music. We play a lot of music, we write a lot of music, we sing a lot of music, same way to ourselves. Even if we don't reach out there or set a way, we love it. So you occupy your time or your med space, because your meds very important to meditation. You understand? So me as Jamaican,
same way how when you get locked down, you can't make the time do you. You gotta
do the time.
Yeah, because like the first time them put me in the hole, they said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The cell, you know, that's a different feeling. That wasn't shit. But when they put you in the hole and they tell you you're gonna sit in here for 45 days and you looking at a box A box, half the size of this room. And they tell you, you're going to be in there for
Closet.
45 days. And the first one I was in, keeping it 100, they didn't even have toilet in there. They didn't have no toilet. You know what I mean? They had a hole in the middle of the floor. And the floor went down like this. They're supposed to stand up anywhere in the room and piss. And it's supposed to roll down in the drain. And when you got it, shit, you just stand up over the drain. You understand what I'm saying? And every time you piss on it to run it down. And you got to smell that for 45 days. Welcome to my world when you want to enter into the street to try and play in the jungle. That's why I'm telling you it wasn't worth it. I had to live like that. That was savage. And while they got me in there, I ain't got on no t-shirt. All I got was the underwear they give me. No blanket, no sheet, no nothing, just concrete for 45 days. You know what I mean? Welcome to prison.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why you made the right choice by staying out of it. I'm just letting you know what it is. Then they sent me up to ADX, Supermax. I did 5 years in the cage by myself. Never touched anyone. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing moved in the room unless my hand went forward. That's the only thing that moved. Because there was nothing to fall off the shelf. There was nothing to do, none of that. You know what I mean? It was mental torture. Yeah. You know, they did everything to try and break me. You know, and like I said, none of this is to brag. It broke up my family, so that's what broke me. Yeah. So I am broken. Let's get that straight. But I'm just broken because my family broke up.
Yeah.
But they can't break me as the man. That's why I'm standing here whole.
True.
That's why I'm standing here whole, because they can't break me. You know what I mean? Because death is no enemy to man. Death must come.
True.
I'm telling you, death must come.
Good or bad.
So when I entered into the jungle in the 70s, that's what I was taught. By his father, by Camel. You understand? By my brother Pablo. You understand what I'm saying?
Big up Camel, big up Father Aga.
You know what I mean?
Legends in the streets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know? Big shout out to Aubrey, Scarface Scully,
Aubrey,
you know, Torn and
big
Tough,
up
you know
Uncle
what I mean?
Aubrey,
Chinaman, Delrod
Danny,
Uzi, you know what I say? I name names all
Chinaman
day.
from McGregor Gully,
Chinaman, come on, you already know.
Big up the whole East Kingston.
You know, that's what raised me.
Yeah, man.
And for me to allow them to break me, I'm letting down too many people. You understand? And that's the way I was raised. So I never thought about my family being broken up. I didn't think about the people that it affected by me going to prison. Never thought about that. I just needed my pistol in the bag. That's it.
Yeah.
And everybody around me said, man, get that. You know what I mean? Man, you doing your thing. Get more. You know what I mean? So I go buy another Benz.
So you know what that was? That was like the amperage in your back and shit. The battery in your back.
Exactly. But that's what life was.
Yeah,
And then, you know, you look
you
at
need
TV.
that voice to hear that.
I'm just giving it real. That's why now, you know, your generation got it really bad. I got that from watching a couple of movies, Scarface and some, you know, Godfather, a couple of them. And what's that boy, James Cagney? You probably don't even know, old ass actor that was a gangster. I became this from those little couple of movies. Yeah. So I can imagine what your generation is becoming from the rap videos, from the movies, you know what I mean? From the power. All that is shaping and changing y'all into some, no disrespect, savages. If you can't determine who you are and balance out what you want.
Because all that bullshit.
Watch out now. Watch out. How we look on life, as we say, we listen to music first. We don't just say we are musicians.
It's frequency.
We
listen to frequency.
We listen to music and when we find out the music now, just like Bob Marley said, it's a natural mystic blowing through the ear. So if it's a natural mystic and you take in a vibration and you say, watch out, some consciousness and it has spread across a nation and you say, hear that tune here, and it conscious and it does have vibes.
That's what they call viral now.
Right.
It went viral.
That went viral now. So the vibes of the people them change. You understand towards each other. So if you are a lyrical artist and you put that lyrical consciousness and I feed them with it must change their attitude.
Yeah.
Not say just the music alone. No, but the vibration.
But this is already in the beginning of history that music calms the savage beast.
Right.
Remember that music calms the savage beast, and it can bring out the animal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And
the frequency,
frequency.
But let's talk about that. We're talking about, you know, look at the music today. Look at the drill
You can see
music. They got
Tana.
the mayor coming out talking about the
Tana.
drill music because everybody killing everybody behind the drill music.
Can't
So
take
that's the music
man.
changing and bringing the savage,
The music serious.
the beast out of the youth.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Cause them a kill
But-
people and then find a way for it. Cause guess what? Cause guess what him a try to explain now? Drill music is based on something was based on something real.
Real.
So if you're not
Those is
catching
rich.
nobody,
Big shout
you
out to
can't
my
make the
drill
music.
niggas.
Yes,
Catch
yes.
what I mean?
If you're not kill a man in a real life, you can't make the music.
But see, what I
So
want
if
y'all
you
to
kill
understand,
five man,
If
they
you
make
ain't
a
living
song.
what you talking.
Talking in
Hold
now
on,
makes
but
sense.
hold on. But
Yeah.
that's what I'm dealing with. So
Hey.
y'all understand what I'm saying. When I say big shout out to drill music, it's just young people expressing themselves and what
Yeah.
them see.
Surrounded.
You know what I mean? That's what they see, whether it's
That's
on
true.
YouTube
Yeah.
in person or whatever,
It's
and they
surrounded.
living it out.
Sometimes they
But
see
that's
it.
why we gotta let them know that you don't live that out.
True.
That's a fantasy.
Yes.
You understand? But I shout them out
gotta
because they got
always do
talent.
that.
They got talent.
Because
we
of
might not
them.
like what they saying, and it might be stirring
Because
emotions to
it's
take
just
them
like
into
us.
another level. But it depends on the person that's listening to it and what their parents and their environment and their society is giving them to let them know that that's just for entertainment.
Yes.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
That's not
yes.
for you to listen to drill music and go out and want to do something.
Cause back in the days, remember back in the days, it's
Look
like
at Tupac. Remember, boy went out and shot somebody. I think it was in Texas. Correct me if I'm wrong, cause y'all gonna look for something. But he went out in Texas and killed somebody, some boy, and he said that he didn't listen to Tupac music, and Tupac music make him want to go shoot up and kill. And then C. Dolores Tucker went after him, and then went after Death Row because she was on Tupac heels, talking about men calling people bitches and hoes and this and that. It was a whole nother era where they tried to stop what was going on today. But the people that powers to be that was getting the money, that was funding everything, they was like, nah, we don't care what it's gonna do in 2022. We care about how much money we can make in 1992. You know what I'm saying, y'all? So I'm just keeping it 100.
Them go lose.
Yeah, this is
Them
what
go
I
lose.
grow off of. I sat in a prison cell and I watched the Biggie Tupac thing and all that going on, and I'm amongst the men that run shit.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? All over the world. All over the United States, the world. Because they was bringing everybody into the federal system.
You know what I learned too?
Yeah, true.
I learned that there's a system that you're allowed to kill your own self, like your own kind. Like see with the block business,
Yeah.
as long as you don't kill innocent bystanders.
Listen, man, when I first started back in the 70s and the 80s, they didn't care what happened in New York. They didn't care that dudes was
That
coming
shit was
back
on-
from Vietnam in
on
the
Google.
70s
I couldn't
with
believe that shit,
heroin
man.
addiction. They didn't
This
care
shit
about
really
none of
true.
that. Hold on, son. They didn't care about none of that until the white people, I'ma say it, start coming from Jersey and Connecticut and Boston and coming down to Harlem, 116th Street, buying drugs, ODing, you know what I mean? Getting pulled over high as a
Killing
motherfucker.
innocent
You understand what I'm saying?
bystanders.
Yeah.
That's when
There's another
heroin
guy that
became a
lock up
problem.
people. Yeah, it's
Heroin
another-
wasn't a
yeah,
problem
yeah,
when it was just us shooting that shit.
Them saying for lock up them black blood clot boy.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, they
and
can't.
that's why they went after me now, because while they busy rushing New York, I shot my shit down the highway. You understand? Say like, oh, nah, he's a real danger. That nigga know how to transport that shit. So that means he done got to Virginia to corrupt Virginia Beach and Norfolk and Tidewater and Hampton and Newport News. And they like, what? He done got to Charlotte and Raleigh and Greensville and Greenboro and what? From New York? Get that nigga off the street. That's when it became a problem. That's when I became a problem. When I sold my drugs in New York and paid the police what they wanted to get, everything was love.
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 Let's get that right. Everything was love. The police loved me. The Mercedes-Benz dealer loved me. All those little mom and pop stores and Dr. J's on Fordham Road and 125th where I went to buy my Clarks and Bally's and shit like that. They loved me. You know what I mean? Because they love my
Now we
money.
just rocking foams and shit.
Nah, show them what you rocking, so you know.
The
I real y'all man y'all
nigga.
with.
Nigga.
You know what I mean? The
Wallaby,
original
nigga,
Wallaby.
Nigga,
Yeah,
talking about that
we
shit still
used-
rocking.
we
That
used to
shit
kill
still
these,
rocking,
my nigga.
That shit don't stop. They
You
pass
know?
it down.
And that's what it is.
Yeah.
So you know where you at. It knocking things over. But that's how it is. We just getting excited because we reminiscing. We having a good time, man. But this is what it's about. But like I said, don't get involved in the streets. You know what I mean? In a criminal aspect, because it's not worth it. I did enough time in prison. I'm telling you it wasn't worth it. So if I'm sitting here telling you it wasn't worth it, I done been through hell and survived. You let me know if you want to go through hell.
Don't do the
But
crime
let's
if
hope you
don't wanna
survive.
do the time. That's what
You
you're
know what I
trying to
mean?
tell you.
Oh yeah, but you already know my main motto is It's straight up. Don't get involved in it, but if you choose to get involved in it, know to shut the fuck up. Bottom line. But I'm telling you, don't get involved in it. But if you tough enough to think you can handle it, just know when the Grim Reaper come, when that man in that black robe come, and it's time to judge you and tell you that you're gonna die in prison or you're gonna get life, you know to shut the fuck up because you chose to stay in that life. But I'm standing here where nobody stood here telling me this 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago.
The era they live
You
in
understand?
nowadays.
But I'm telling y'all today that it ain't worth it. So you can't say that a nigga never told you it wasn't worth it. I could get away with that lame ass excuse that ain't nobody never tell me it wasn't worth it. I get away with that. But you know, I'm not even gonna use that. I chose to do it. That was my choice. I chose to sell drugs and do everything I did. And that's why when the peoples came and got me, I laid down, I did my time. I did my time for what I did.
Yeah.
I know what I was doing.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? And I chose to do it. So I can't tell on Raga and Camel and Chinaman and Chinaman and Del Rye and this and Rye. I can't do that.
Yeah, because they was locking me for bullshit. You heard? I did years in jail for license, so I know.
You know what I mean?
Motherfucking license. You believe that shit?
Yeah, who a legend.
Come on,
Constitutional rights where you allowed to
Yeah,
travel from
yeah.
point A to point B with no license and shit. That shit all thrown out. It's not for a black man.
You know?
They
But
was out there pinning the tail on the donkey. They was trying to use me. When you look at my license right now, you know I got commercial license. I have from A to B to C, all of that. Right now I'm rocking a C, commercial. Got passenger endorsement, got tow truck endorsement. I used to drive tractor trailer.
Yeah.
I used to reverse for a man who didn't know how to drive. You know what I mean?
See, he's
So-
telling you that he's doing something positive and
I do.
legal. That's not going to take him away from his family to break up that family.
Nah.
That was the biggest mistake
I-
that we as black
I
men
see-
made back then. We
I see
broke the
what family
families
went
up.
through, you heard?
Yeah.
I
For real.
see.
So right
I
now
don't wanna
music
go
we
in
are
the
do.
same boat.
You know?
You can check out
Guess
our
what? I did
music.
a few years on the boat and this and that, so it's not like I didn't get to see jail anyway.
Yeah.
Every
No,
minute
but the point is,
kept
it
picking
don't
up
matter
things.
about seeing jail. It's
You know?
about taking you away from the family.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. Forget what you see. We as men got to deal with the consequences to our actions and our choices.
Mm-hmm.
But our children shouldn't. Our mothers shouldn't. Our sisters, our daughters shouldn't. And that's what I'm talking about, breaking up the family. That's how you broke me. Because I sit back and I see my family broken. I got nieces and nephews I don't even know. I got kids I don't even know. That I can't even call kids. I got adults that I don't even know. Because I missed their whole childhood from my choices. So I'm telling you that my choices wasn't worth it. So if you can't get that right, I don't know what to tell you. And I don't care how many people look at this, what you think when you look at it. You can't say that a black man never told you it's not worth it. I could get away with that lame ass excuse, but I made the choice. So I'll throw that excuse out the window. You know what I mean? But if somebody would have tried, I don't know what I would have did. I know I wasn't ready to listen, but I still don't know what I would have did. I might have bumped my head and listened. You know what I mean? Because I bumped my head and went on the street. Fell off the stoop. I could have bumped it and got off the stoop. You know? So, you know, let's tune out, man. Where y'all at?
Thank God I bumped my head and shit. That's what I'm doing on the right road.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about.
Shit, if I didn't bump my head, I probably been on
We
the
into
road.
music right now. The
Right.
music
And
got to
that's it.
sing right now. Music.
What me I
Music.
tell you them right now? Read up more upon Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Read up more upon Selassie. Not just for say, oh, if I'm a God or not. Read up on books where Selassie I write, where Marcus Garvey write. And by the way, Marcus Garvey, we need for free Marcus Garvey because I know Marcus Garvey don't free. Because America have Marcus Garvey name locked down. And we can do something about it. We can sign, go up on YouTube, go up online and sign up. Petition for free Marcus Garvey. At least that we can do. For free him soul, free him name. So, big things are going in the music and it's powerful. The music is not just Bob Marley. Music a come from even King David. The music a come from further than that. So we have to take the music serious. And you know, the youth them just we have whole heap of choice. Just make some choice.
Unite.
Black
Stop
people,
killing one
black
another.
people, what we are killing one
Come
another
together.
for? We not killing
Make
one another
progress.
for nothing.
But you know what I realized in life? When we come together, it's called a gang. When they come together, it's called a brother. Why is that?
Yes.
You ever know the meta of that?
That's a
mentality.
reality. But watch out now, on the
When we
street,
come
that
together,
is the reality.
if we trying to help everybody in the organization, we're called a gang.
True,
You heard?
reality.
So why is
That's
that?
come a gang when violence is
Just-
with then label
So,
it
Nah,
as a
but
gang.
there's not going to be no violence
Even if it's no
involved.
violence, what he's trying to say, them look upon it like say we
If
are
you're-
black people
we're
and they
too
don't want us
much
to
people.
elevate. So anything we do come together that could potentially threaten their stance where they're
Yeah.
at of them running their
gotta
establishment.
put it down.
Because our minds and us getting money alone is a
Powerful.
threat to them.
True.
Because I
It's
learned
a
in a
threat.
lot of things like his story is his story.
Yeah.
So I can't tell my story. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that they never teached us, like the 100 inventors, they was all black. You know what I mean? So why they always hiding things from us? Cause we're the Dominic ones. You know what I mean? Only we go through things and we've been, you know.
Yeah.
So why you hide things from us?
Yes.
We always
So
certain things. That's why I hide things from them.
let
People don't know who my family is, and I don't talk
Yeah.
much. You know what I
Alright.
mean?
Yeah.
Well, let Jah
I don't
IRIE
go
tell
bragging.
Let Jah IRIE tell something to the youth. What you got to tell the youth about what we was just speaking on?
Yeah, it's like the system. The system create everything what you see. You son go out there and shoot in a one, the system created that. They love things like that.
Yes.
So they love when we create, when we create gangs and them say we're killing each other, they love that.
Shout
That's
to
what
them.
they love.
That's their number one
Yeah,
choice.
anytime we create gang who is turning for them way is a total different story. It's like the youths in the streets need to know for unite more and come together.
Yes.
United we stand, divided we fall.
But see, that's where I take the responsibility because I wasn't here. I put myself in a situation to be taken away from y'all to give y'all exactly what you know you need now.
Yeah.
You understand what I said? But that's why I'm here now and I'm using my voice now.
Straight up.
You understand? But they took all the men with honor, respect, loyalty, morals, principles, and put us in a cage.
Yeah.
While we killed the other ones ourselves with our own hands.
Yeah.
That was their job.
You know what I mean?
It's a
Of
reason
course,
why
it's their
they
job
did
to
all
sit
that.
back and let us
It's-
clean up there. You know what I mean? They're what they call
Their job.
environment. Because if you're not paying their taxes or getting a job or going to their school, they don't want you here.
Yeah.
They don't care. They'll put you in jail and get your job at Unicorn where you make 17 cents an hour sewing clothes, where people out here get $20 an hour for that.
Yo, cuz, tell you the truth, it don't even really matter. Cause I was paying taxes for them to harass me. You heard? Every minute I'm getting pulled down.
Yeah, but
every
listen on your
second.
chat door. That's where they harass you.
You know
That's
what
what
I
I
mean?
say. Y'all for know me, I deal with. I'm trying to say that from who we are is why they harass us.
Yes,
We're a
yes.
threat to them.
This once
Yeah.
they say the color like something igniting at them head.
Exactly.
You know?
Like the other day, they had two kids fighting in the mall. A black kid and a white kid. The white kid bigger than him was a bully. The white kid putting his hands on his face. They got it on camera. And then the white kid pushed the boy back, and the black dude starts swinging. They get to fight, and the police come. They pull him off and tell the white boy, "Sit down here and relax your legs."
Yeah,
I know your
I
legs
seen
are
that.
tired.
Yeah.
And then they
I
grab the
seen
black
it.
boy. They
Yeah.
got him with their foot on his neck, like
Yeah.
they, you know, like they want to
two
do
of
it.
them,
You know?
like two cops have to hold him down and he never did a resist arrest.
Yeah, and he's the
When
one
the
that
white
get
boy
picked
telling
on.
him for like them he said
And the
know
white
they
boy
put
sit
them-
down easy. The
Yeah.
white boy just sit down easy. Like
Oh,
the
Lord.
system is for me.
Yeah.
So
At one time he got up too.
Yeah, and then
the next cop put him down back.
Yeah,
He sat
you know,
down.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Calmly, relax. I got this. It's
Yeah.
just a nigger. I'll take care of this nigga.
Yeah, I'll
you
take
know what I
care of
mean?
this
That's
nigga.
all he was saying. You know, but that's where we at, man. You
another
know, let
game
me
they
close
out
out.
here
I know
playing, you know?
cameraman tired.
Remember in life,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I realized, like, you know, remember when we was young, you was pinning the tail on the donkey?
Yeah.
That's the game they was playing with me.
Yeah.
Every minute you look at my tickets, on my license and shit, they give me tickets about 20 tickets every year.
Mm.
And then when the license suspended, you don't even notice that every minute you're in jail and shit. Damn, what I do?
Welcome to the hood.
License.
So welcome to the hood.
the last thing I
Yeah.
said, the last
So,
thing now.
you can't win without.
Well, Ron, the last thing I said.
Yeah, so that's the thing what we are saying now for the last for now. Yeah. Caribbean people, can me grow up at, as we said, Jamaica and Antigua. And we are learned from New York, America, big country. So now we have to watch what go on with them money and say them money survive the system and come and live for see and talk, be witness like an angel. You see me? Upon the street. So we have to learn from this. We have to learn, say, we have to unite people and nothing else, black people. Cause nobody else no love we. So we are going like we no love we too. We no love we. Yeah, man, Jamaica, Antigua, love one another, man. I just say go, black people, love all over.
Put on the gun
Yes,
then.
sir.
Yeah, man.
Stop killing one
Yes, sir.
another. Unite. Come together, you know? Yeah.
That's what we're talking about, man. It's all coming together in
Bless,
peace.
bro.
Ain't trying to tell nobody to
KG
continue
Jah
on
IRIE.
foolery. All right?
Yeah.
KG Jah IRIE.
Bobby
Tell them where your
Fresh.
Instagram at. Say it again.
KG Jah IRIE. Look up the Instagram. New music will come. You don't know.
Yeah, man, Bobby First, I can get my on YouTube straight up, you know?
Alright.
Look for the family too.
Yeah, man.
we're rap TBG gang, you know, in Miami. So,
All right.
yeah, look for the music.
Big
Bless.
shout out. All right, we out.
Bless up.
Bless up.
What it was like, one of y'all, what was it like growing up for you? Tell them who you are and where you from, man.
Well, I'm David, and I grew up like most of my time. I was back and forth from the Bronx and Miami, so me and Jah IRIE kind of grew up, you know what I mean? And I grew up with the rest of them over here. So, like I said, I was in Bronx over here by 183rd. I'd be all over, you know? And me, I'm like a jack of all trades, so I'm mostly into everything. I'm into cars and all that. So.
But what was it like growing up out here in the Bronx while I've been gone? How was the streets of the Bronx? Because it's way different than when I came home, what I'm seeing. How is it different now? How was it for you growing up? On the streets with the violence and everything. I'm talking about trying to get to the grit.
I've been beat up by police, you know, I've been jumped by police, but ain't nothing. I've been going through life, you know, still maintaining, you know, still holding my own and, you know, do my little mechanic work, try to maintain life, you know.
All right, so tell them who you are and, you know, where you're from and, you know, so they understand that this is family, man, from all over the world.
See,
You know?
well, this is Bobby First, you know. Everybody who know me, who don't know me, get to know me, you know. Well, so this is my real bro, Jah IRIE. I met in Miami, you know. But I grew up in Jamaica. I grew up Antigua, you know, like all over still.
What was it like growing
Yeah.
up in Antigua in Jamaica? Tell them what it was like,
Well-
school or whatever. You know, what you've witnessed that you know is abnormal compared to up here. Don't worry about that. Yeah.
Well, growing up in Jamaica, I went to school normally. Went to Age. I'm from Raymond's, Clarendon, you know. Went to Garvey and high school. Then immediately after I left Garvey I went to Antigua. Grew up in Antigua like 21, 20, around them age there. Grew up in Antigua. So it was like different from Jamaica, but it looked the same.
Poverty looked the same.
Yeah, they are just the same thing going on.
How was the mentality of the people there?
Yeah, the mentality of the people them still. You know, it's a place where everybody there. It's like a melting pot. So everybody there and don't know. It's like New York, where every nation. So the hustler and the bustler go
Yeah, like a village.
Yeah, people are gonna live, you know, a good and a bad. Yeah, so you know.
Cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime. Fresh out the can of 26, heat back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a raw in Uptown. They be horn Uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he tryna stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in Uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can give back to the youth them, cause they the truth them, and bless up to all the root men.